And this is PopDust Presents with Creed Bratton. How you doing, Creed?
I'm doing good. First of all, I thought it was angel dust, and I thought you were going to lay something on me, too.
You know what? That's how we it's the old bait and switch.
You got me.
First of all, huge fan of The Office. Ridiculously huge fan of The Office.
If that's flashing, then lock me up. I run a small fake ID company for my car with a laminated machine that I swipe from the sheriff's station. Just pretend like we're talking until the cops leave. When I wrote the character for the show. I wrote a demo thing which they can see on BuzzFeed. And go to BuzzFeed. Yeah, see the audition tape. It was kind of like going for Jack Benny with Bob Newhart, and the physicality was, of course, Jacques Tati. And then I incorporated. You're familiar with Ballard Street cartoons?
I'm not.
Stuff like that, and they had that. So that is the Creed look. Is Ballard Street? That's what I did. I shot my own CD, my DVD, and I ad-libbed, and it was based loosely on the possibilities of what would happen if I stayed fucked up for years. And can we say that?
Oh yeah.
Oh, good.
This is the internet.
Good.
Were you actually ever a DJ in the 70s, DJ Wacky Weed Creed? Is that a true story?
No.
Okay, so that one was made up for the show.
That was made up for the Wacky Weed. That was made up, yeah. The endangered the ecosystem with the fish and stuff, that was all true. I went to jail for that for a while. I did, of course, have run-ins with the law over drugs and stuff, But I think it's important because at that time it's a badge of honor to get high, go to the other side of the veil, glean some of these chestnuts through your introspection, and then bring them back to write songs for people. It's important. And that if you didn't have the balls and weren't brave enough to do it, you couldn't be a rock and roll guy. Some people didn't get back, Some of the people stayed there and they were damaged and they died and stuff like that. I was one of the lucky ones who
came back.
What? Came back.
So tonight you're here at the Highline Ballroom for a night of music and comedy. What should people expect?
I'm a very shy person, Brent. I'll walk out on stage and I will say a joke, and then I'll run to the side of the stage and just check and see the reaction. Like they want to go. No, seriously. If they approve, then I'll walk out and I'll continue with the jokes. Same way with the songs. I'll sing about half a song, and then I'll run off nervously. And they'll look and they'll go, oh, well, come on, and I'll go back and finish it. So my 45-minute set takes about over 2 hours, just because of the running on back and forth off stage. But people that love me will bear with it.
Yeah, no, that's good. The need for constant approval and validation. That's the Creed. Speaking of, how often are you mistaken for Scott Stapp?
Never. Christopher Walken, perhaps.
And what do? Do you just go with it?
Yeah, I just pretend I am him, If they send me checks, I'll cash them.
What do you think about the biopic based on your boxing career, Creed?
A lot of my fans think that's the movie's about me, and I got them right where I want them. I'm just setting them up to knock them down.
Who are you advocating for the presidency? And first off, I heard, are you living in Canada right now? Is that true?
I'm still living in Canada, and I go back and forth between Somalia and Canada, and I didn't even know the presidents, what's going on with the presidents.
It's a mess, man. Creed for president in 2020?
Creed, if he can scam it and make it work, he might.
I think it's a good scam. There's a good scamming to do there.
I've been involved in a number of cults, both as a leader and a follower. You have more fun as a follower, but you make more money as a leader.
Bring me back a little bit to the grassroots. You go back and you talk about the grassroots, touring with Janis Joplin and the Doors.
Well, unfortunately, Janis was just sad. Every time I saw her, she was kind of depressed, and you address her, and she was like that. I know that people I don't think that people from San Francisco, the bands, are like the LA bands. Okay. We were a little too polished and a little too slick, and we weren't really in person. But that's the thing they got from our music, I toured with was very close friends with the Doors. We toured with Cream. Cream, when they're on the road, that was Jack Bruce and Ginger Baker and Eric Clapton. They didn't like each other that much. So we first saw them play. They would arrive in 3 different cars, never make eye contact, and then just not even see each other on stage. They played like this. And I kept thinking, I'd like to do that.
And you're still writing original music today. All of it is awesome. I mean, you played a song in the finale of The Office that like made everybody cry. Your album.
The album art. Yeah. Well, you'll hear about the Zen chickens that I brought back from Tibet, and I have in California on my ranch. Canada, and I go back and forth between Somalia and Canada and California on my ranch. And they're larger. They're larger than your average sized chicken. I worked a little, again, still with some genetic engineering, and got one very large. He's the one on the cover. He went on to do good things. He has a little bit of a speech impediment because the beak makes it hard to hear him articulate at times. But yeah, they're all, it's all
So
real.
you've got talking birds.
That's a real chicken. Yeah, oh yeah. Absolutely.
And he was interviewing you quite like this.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
The album cover is sort of like when we're like behind a space, and I'm like a space chicken.
And you go like this.
When was the last time that you had a good trip?
Trip?
Yeah.
Like psychedelics?
Yes.
I got bored with all the psychedelia of mescaline and peyote and psilocybin and ayahuasca and that stuff. That was lightweight for Creed. What I did, I had a friend over at the LA Zoo, and he would get me the extract of the pineal gland of a rhesus monkey, and they would inject it right into my cortex, right through the back like this, and you go, that's the stuff. It's something to get primal and get down.
Monkey gland to the head.
Monkeying around, fucking around. Just go right in and kiss her.
Okay, it sounds risky.
Have I ever steered you wrong, Jim?
Wait, what?
Money, women, and fame. Of those three, which are you in it for the most?
The music and the art. I talk to a lot of musicians who get in for the ladies, and sure, that's a great side thing, a great side perk in the '60s when you're in a hit band. For me, I heard the songs on a little crystal radio up in the mountains. Ray Charles and Fats Domino and these old rhythm and blues artists. I started out playing blues kind of like that. It's just what I love so much. I taught myself how to play guitar, and I just I do it because I've loved. Still today, the guitar calls to me. I pick it up and write songs all the time. I do it because I just love the music, how it feels here viscerally, and what it does to my consciousness. It elevates and emotionally satisfies me. That's a fact.
That's beautiful, man. Can we hang out like sometimes?
No, we can't.
I mean, what?
Not one bit.
What? But,
this interview is over.
If you would allow me to.
Cut it.
That was great, man. I believe there's a quote from The Office where you talk about making love to a lot of women in the mud.
Yes, there is. Yes, there is. If I may. In the 60s, I made love to many, many women, often outdoors in the rain and the mud. It's possible a man slipped in, and there would be no way of knowing. Loved you in Gone with the Wind.
Did you?
Yes.
It was one of my lesser performances, but
you've aged well.
I'm Benjamin Butlering, is what I'm doing.